The 2018 Skoda Karoq. The Skoda Karoq isn't as popular as models like the Honda CR-V and the Hyundai Tucson, but that could all change once people get to know this SUV and what it has to offer. Unlike some of its rivals, the Karoq can't rely on its legacy because it doesn't have one. What Skoda has done, though, is give the Karoq a good platform from which to stand on. It's a well-packaged SUV that surprisingly has a lot to offer to customers in this segment. Most of all, the Karoq is proof that, even if Skoda isn't as much of a household name as others, it has the ability to reach that level, thanks in large part to its new SUV. 2018 Skoda Karoq exterior. The Czech automaker isn't known for having a wealth of aggressively styled cars, but the Karoq fits the bill. In terms of design, the Karoq impresses in a way that's surprising for Skoda. The Czech automaker isn't known for having a wealth of aggressively styled cars, but the Karoq fits the bill. The headlamps integrate into the front grille, a design tactic that's gained some traction in the crossover and SUV segments. Everything else about the front looks clean and angular, creating a sporty vibe that you don't often see in a Skoda. Even the SUV's overall shape lends itself to that design language. It's conventionally attractive without being too sore to the eyes. In a lot of ways, that's a job well done for Skoda's designers. The side profile follows along that same thought. The body lines are crisp and no nonsense. The rear end offers taillights with a nice change of pace style to them. Even the extra trim on the lower rear bumper adds a splash of premiums to the model. The Karoq looks the part of a promising SUV, even if it does have a few flaws. The standard halogen headlamps are head-scratching, to say the least. Turn them on, and the dreary yellow beam comes out. It would be fine for an SUV from the 2000s, but we're already approaching 2020. That shouldn't fly anymore. Thankfully, Skoda is offering LED headlights as an option. There's also an option to go big on the wheels, that is if 17-inch alloys aren't your thing. Skoda can fit the SUV with the 19s, and you can be on your way knowing that you have a vehicle that can line up against the best midsize SUVs in the segment and feel like it's part of the party too. 2018 Skoda Karoq exterior dimensions. Measuring 4,382 mm (172.5 inches) long, 1,841 mm (72.5 inches) wide, and 1,603 mm (63.1 inches) high, the Karoq straddles the line of being compact and midsize. We're not gonna get bottled down with the semantics of its size because Skoda has come out saying that it's a vehicle that has the Hyundai Tucson and the Mazda CX-5 as its rivals. So, yeah, small midsize SUV it is. 2018 Skoda Karoq interior. There's something you need to know about the Skoda Karoq's interior. It's completely well thought out in a way that makes you wonder what other automakers are doing with their lives. Surprised? Don't be. As an affordable midsize SUV, the Karoq isn't going to drown you in a sea of leather and Alcantara. If that's what you're after, you should be looking at another model. It does have a leather-lined steering wheel and gear selector, but it has cloth seats, which shouldn't be an issue if your expectations line up with reality. The layout of the dashboard is as clean as it can get. An 8.0-inch touchscreen media system with sat-nav, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto sits in the middle, flanked by a pair of vertical AC vents. You can opt for a bigger 9.2-inch screen should that suit you better. The knobs and buttons are found in the central tunnel, within reach of the gearbox. Everything's in its proper place, so it doesn't look too cluttered. The seats are a little bit upright, but they can be adjusted to make for a more comfortable seating position. There's enough space in the cabin too for even big adults to be comfortable in. 2018 Skoda Karoq cargo space and storage. There's also an option to fold the seatbacks down and move them forward to free up an incredible 1,605 liters of cargo space. Ultimately, space and cabin practicality is Skoda's ultimate selling point for the Karoq. At the heart of it is Varioflex, a flexible seating system that you can also find in the bigger Yeti SUV. In a nutshell, Varioflex allows you to slide and or tilt the back seats to configure the amount of space you want inside. The Karoq already packs 479 liters of cargo capacity on its own, but sliding and tilting the seats opens up a more impressive 589 liters of cargo capacity. Oh, it doesn't end there, either. There's also an option to fold the seatbacks down and move them forward to free up an incredible 1,605 liters of cargo space. And, if that still isn't enough, you can completely remove the seats to give the Karoq 1,810 liters of cargo space. That's almost in the vicinity of space offered by vans. There is that small issue of finding a storage space for those seats, but that's a minor caveat in the bigger scheme of things. Ultimately, the Karoq's interior is a pleasant surprise. Skoda worked around what it could do in the cabin and took advantage of the things where it could shine. In this case, it's in the cargo space department. You don't expect it, partly because it's a Skoda. But, if this is what we can expect from the Czech automaker moving forward, then maybe it's time we start looking at Skoda in a different light. 2018 Skoda Karoq engine and transmission. The Skoda Karoq is available with a number of different engine options. The base unit is powered by a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder TSI engine that produces 115 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque. This engine helps the SUV sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 10.6 seconds to go with a top speed of 116 miles per hour. A 1.6-liter 4-cylinder TDI diesel version of the Karoq also produces 115 ponies with torque numbers raised to 184 pound-feet. It's 0.1 seconds slower to 62 miles per hour to 10.7 seconds, compared to the base 3-cylinder unit, but its top speed also sits at 116 miles per hour. Similarly, the Karoq is available with a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 150 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. With this powertrain, you can expect to cover the distance from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.4 seconds before setting off on a top speed run that maxes out at 126 miles per hour. All engines available to the Karoq can be fitted with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic DSG transmission. Finally, there's the 2.0-liter 4-cylinder TDI engine that also has 150 horsepower at its disposal with torque numbers raised, once again, to 251 pound-feet. This version can sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.7 seconds on its way to a top speed of 121 miles per hour. All engines available to the Karoq can be fitted with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic DSG transmission. 2018 Skoda Karoq fuel economy. Fuel efficiency has never been one of Skoda's strong suits, but the Karoq surprisingly does well in this department. Officially, Skoda claims that the Karoq can do 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers for the 6-speed manual version and 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers for the 7-speed dual-clutch. That converts to around 41.27 miles per gallon for the manual and 40.5 mpg for the DSG version. That compares favorably to a number of its rivals, including the Hyundai Tucson Active and the Kia Sportage C, both of which carry the same 7.9 L, 100 km, 29.75 mpg returns. The Karoq's fuel efficiency numbers are also better than the Mazda CX-5 Max 6.9 L, 100 km 34 mpg, the Chevrolet Equinox LS 6.9 L, 100 km 34 mpg, and the Ford Escape Ambiente 7.2 L, 100 km 32.7 mpg. 2018 Skoda Karoq safety and driver assistance. The Euro NCAP has given the Karoq a 5-star rating with mostly adequate or good ratings for all adult passengers. The Euro NCAP has given the Karoq a 5-star rating with mostly adequate or good ratings for all adult passengers, with the exception of a marginal torso rating for rear passengers during front full-width crash testing. For children, the overall score was 79%, with 6-year-olds getting a weak rating for torso protection when in a front-facing booster seat during frontal impact. During lateral impact, the ratings were all good. The second-row outboard seats of the Karoq feature ISOFIX and I-size car seat latches. As far as safety features go, the Skoda Karoq comes standard with park assist, lane assist, traffic jam assist, blind spot detection, front assist with pedestrian protection, and emergency assist. Optional safety systems include an active cruise-like system that assists in maintaining a safe following distance, traffic sign recognition, lane change and keep assist. You can opt for LED headlights for better visibility. 2018 Skoda Karoq Performance and Driving Impressions. Overall, the Skoda Karoq has received good reviews as far as driving impressions go. Motor One's UK outlet reports that its clutch biting point is a little vague, so it's easy to overrev until you get used to it, but it is a pleasure to shift, and the steering is predictable with smooth response. Sport mode is said to feel unnatural, while the body control is tidy. Overall, Motor One says the Karoq feels stable on the road, even in fast corners. According to Parkers, the base gasoline engine, a 1.0-liter with 115 horsepower, is a little sluggish on motorways and during overtaking maneuvers. It is acceptable for light, in-town travel if you don't venture out too much, though. The outlet claims that the best option is the 2.0-liter diesel with 150 horsepower, which is a touch noisier but the engine of choice if you plan on using the Karoq as a tow car. 2018 Skoda Karoq prices. The Skoda Karoq is priced depending on its trim. The base Karoq SE starts at £20,880, which converts to around $24,350 based on current exchange rates. From there, the prices go up, beginning with the Karoq SE technology, which is priced from £22,180, $25,860. Then there's the Karoq SEL that carries a £23,170, $27,000 price tag and the range-topping Karoq edition that starts at £27,115, $31,600. Overall, the Karoq is affordable, though it's not as cheap as you might think. While most of its rivals start at around the same level, there are a handful of Japanese and Korean models that are priced a little bit cheaper than the Skoda. The Hyundai Tucson, for example, carries a price tag in the range of $21,300 to $28,175. It's a lot cheaper than the Karoq. The same thing can be said for the Mazda CX-5, which starts at around $22,500 and goes all the way up to $29,300. The competing SUVs that fall along the same price range as the Skoda Karoq include the Honda CR-V $24,000 to $32,000, the Chevy Equinox $24,000 to $31,800, and the Toyota RAV4 $25,000 to $34,750. 2018 Skoda Karoq warranty. Skoda offers up a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty for the Karoq, along with a 3rd year up to 60,000 miles, and a 12-year body protection warranty. Extended warranties are also available at a small cost that will cover up to 4 years and 80,000 miles or 5 years and 100,000 miles. Pricing for the extended warrant on this model has yet to be announced, but it should fall somewhere in the $400 area for the 4-year warranty and closer to $700 for the 5-year warranty. The warranty is full transferable should you decide to sell, and will cover repairs throughout the EU with a few minor limitations. You can read full warranty information on Skoda's website. 2018 Skoda Karoq competition. Hyundai Tucson. The Skoda Karoq isn't lacking in competition. That much, I think, we've already established. Among its chief rivals is the Hyundai Tucson, which was on the receiving end of a recent update. The 2019 Tucson comes with a lot of new items, including a slightly revised grille, refreshed taillights, and new wheels on the outside, an extensive upgrade on the inside, and an updated powertrain lineup that now includes a 2.4-liter unit with 181 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. This engine complements the same 2.0-liter engine with the same 164 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque output. All told, the Santa Fe is priced comfortably below the Skoda Karoq. That's a big plus for the Korean automaker, though its Czech rival has proven itself to be worth its asking price. Read our full review on the 2018 Hyundai Tucson. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V is a titan in this segment. It's been around for 5 generations, and it's proven itself to be one of the most popular midsize SUVs in its segment. That's something that the Skoda Karoq has to deal with, and it doesn't help that the new CR-V looks every bit the stunner we thought it would be. Beyond its sportscar-derived design language, the CR-V also has a fresh interior look and a dashboard layout that is admittedly a little too premium for its status. That's a great thing, by the way. On the power front, the CR-V packs a 2.4-liter engine for the entry model with 184 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. Higher spec trims get a 1.5-liter turbo with 190 ponies and 179 pound-feet of torque. If there's a weakness in the CR-V that the Skoda Karoq can take advantage of, it's in terms of price. The base CR-V LX starts north of $24,000 while the top-of-the-line model will set you back around $33,000. Read our full review on the 2018 Honda CR-V. Conclusion. There once was a time when the mere mention of a Skoda drew sneakers and giggles in the industry. The Czech automaker has come a long way since those days, and it's proven itself to be capable of competing against the likes of Honda, Toyota, and Hyundai. The new Karoq SUV is a good example of how far Skoda has come. It's not the best-looking SUV in its segment, but it is a looker in its own right. Combine that with what is arguably the most versatile interior, a solid lineup of engines, and an affordable price tag tie it all off, and you have a model that should definitely be taken seriously by customers and rival models alike. The days of Skoda being more of a punchline are over. If anything, the automaker showed in the Karoq that it's more than capable of delivering its own haymakers. Love it pleasantly surprising design versatile cargo space as a huge boon slick interior that offers splashes of style. Leave it still doesn't have the engine variety we'd like still needs to convince people that it's a legitimate SUV won't have an easy time at that with so many rivals in the field.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.